All right, so in today's video, I wanted to discuss dating as a high value man. And for a lot of you who are on your passion and you're on your purpose or you're making something of yourself, I want to go pretty deep with this topic today to actually help you not only attract women, but probably attract the quality or type of women that you're looking for. So the reason why I'm making this is because one of the things I think a lot of guys have to realize is that when you start to level up in your entrepreneurial journey, or when you start to level up in your business, in your career, with who you are, with your thoughts, traits, beliefs, and patterns, what I want most of you or all of you to know is that you are not going to resonate with everybody. Like the beliefs and the traits you have, or the things that have made you you, is not necessarily going to mesh with every single woman that you meet. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because the preconceived notion throughout majority of dating channels that I see, or throughout majority of, influence channels that help, men in certain areas, whether that be with masculinity, beliefs, attraction, flirtation, there's this preconceived notion that when you're at the top and you are pre-selected, right, and women are gravitating towards you, there is this preconceived notion that you can now have whoever you want and you should have whoever you want. And I think there's a big focus on quantity and not quality. And today I'm going to explain to you what that actually means and why that's actually not true, and why the dating pool for you over time will get slimmer and slimmer. So the very first thing I want to dive into is that your lifestyle as a high value man is not going to mesh with majority of women that you interact with. And here's what I mean. What majority of women are going to notice with guys that they talk to and see is the guys are going to be extremely available. Okay, what this means is when they date, the guy automatically has time for family time. Okay, the guy automatically has time for Wednesday night movies. The guy automatically has time for Saturday night drinks with all of the social circle of the friends. And that's what they're accustomed to. And since they're accustomed to that, that's what they start to expect out of the quality of men who have made something of themselves or have become high value. Now, I'm prefacing this for you because I know a lot of you are on your entrepreneurial journeys just like I am. You're on your mission, you're on your purpose. Because of that, you're going to run into these things. So the problem is that most of the women that you're going to be meeting are not necessarily equipped or ready to interact and date a high value man, because a high value man has stuff going on, and it's not out of scarcity or urgency to create false attraction. Like, that's a big thing I want to get across to a lot of you, is I think a lot of men use tactics to appear high value when they're actually not high value. So what this means is if you start work at 8 a.m. and you're working on your mission until probably 5 or 6 p.m., okay, and then you got to take care of your body, so you're going to want to go to the gym afterwards, and then after that, you're going to want to come home and eat properly and meal prep or things of that nature, and then you got to make time for yourself socially too, and then you have to do all of these things. Pretty soon, you're going to blink and it's 9 o'clock and it's time to go to bed. You might only have opportunities to actually see women 1 or 2 days a week max. So for a lot of you who you hear these influencers and you hear these channels say, hey, when you're high value and you're at the top, you get this big rotation and you got time. Like, I don't know what these other people are doing, but one thing I can tell you after pursuing entrepreneurial endeavors is that you don't have a lot of time. Most of the time, you don't even have time for one woman, like, in your life consistently to occupy. So that's first. There's going to be conflict and there's going to be resentment over time if you see them, because what happens is that they're not necessarily cut out or used to dating men who operate in a high value spectrum. There's going to be resentment. They're just going to think you're not into her. There's going to cause conflict and turmoil. So that's first. Okay, the second thing is when you get higher and higher into the economic hierarchy, when you make more money, things like that, you have more to lose. Okay, when you have the wrong woman that's coming into your life, or a lot of women, the problem is that any sort of baggage they have, like, you are receiving that woman's energy. So what I mean by that is when she comes into your life, if she has social drama, okay, if she has drama between her and her friends, if there is consistent testing, like, we like to act as if we can't be fazed by women when dating, but the truth is that a man can be fazed by anything. And even if he practices stoicism, even if he practices like being strong, you're still going to be moved off center for a brief second, especially if you're being tested and there's negative energy being thrown your way. You can be the most highest value stud in the world, and the second that you're on a mission, or you're a bus going straight, the second something interjects that, even if you're still going to stay the course, you're going to have to correct. Okay, so everybody has a mental bandwidth. Okay, and when that bandwidth gets tapped, it's hard. So if your emotional state's being interrupted, if you're not at peace with yourself, make no mistake, you will sleep less. You will stay up at night thinking about it. You will not be as, your money will suffer, because now your brain is focused on that instead of creating a good lifestyle for yourself. Okay, and it's all because the wrong woman was in that world. So I want to make sure that a lot of you are actually with higher value people in general, and not just women. Like, that's the thing, is in about 30 to 60 days, this channel is getting a total revamp, because the things that I've learned, the maturity aspects that I've went through, the stuff that I've had to do by growing my brand, I've came to realize that none of this has anything to do actually with dating at all. Like, it has nothing to do with women. Like, to truly be high value, to create a life of abundance, to create monetary abundance for yourself, to create wealth so you can breathe easy. Like, there's some stuff I seriously have to teach. And the only way I can do it is if I have the right systems and processes in place. So when I bring you guys into this world, it actually works. So that's first, okay, just to say that. But another reason why you can't bring the wrong sort of woman into your domain or your habitat, your lifestyle you've created for yourself, is because guess what? If you get things like, let's say unwanted pregnancy, unplanned pregnancy, okay, you're now going to be, like, the thing is a lot of guys who want S3 actual intimacy abundance, they don't understand that has repercussions. Okay, because nothing is 100% preventative. Not only that, when you engage in intimate acts with women, like, the thing that you have to remember is that the intimacy that you spend, you are slightly bonding. She is beginning to like you, and you are beginning to like her. And I've never had such thing as a smooth breakup. I've never had anything that was like very transactional, where like, yeah, you can just come over for once a week, we'll do the deed, and then that's it. Like, the more you expose yourself to people, the more you have something to lose. So keep that in mind. The next aspect of dating as a high value man to attract women that I want a lot of you guys to know, like the women who you deem as high quality, or the women who you're very attracted to, who you actually could see. And that's the thing, is like, I think that men should date with some sort of intent. So that way you bring more to the woman's life and she brings more to your life than when you first met. Now, the next aspect of the whole, high value dating attraction sort of topic that I'm talking about and wanting to discuss today is I genuinely believe that your best style of attracting the types of women you want, the women that you deem very beautiful or great personalities, or the women that you would want to deem into your life, your best bet is going to just be 100% authentic, upfront, and honest. Even the word game, like, if you look at game, like I've made many videos on game and seduction, but if you look at what game is to be played. Like, if you have a soccer game or a basketball game, okay, so when two people have to enter into a game means that there's competition, okay? If you notice what's happening right now is like the people are not getting along very well. So even men that are compatible with women and women that are compatible with men, after a month or two, or 2 months, 5 months, 6 months, like, you're going to notice that people have resentment towards each other. So what I can tell you is that the way that we play the game today is not necessarily working. What I can tell you is that if you've put in the work to make yourself a high value or attractive male, okay, you've done the work in the gym, you've done the work with your body, you've done the work with your finances, you've done the work with your speech, the way you can convey conviction, your self-belief within yourself, your best bet is to seriously be as upfront and honest as possible. Hey, I find you attractive. Would you like to get to know me? I'd like to get to know you. What's your number? Would you like to meet? I'm free between this time. That's your game. Because the fact is, like, you don't need a fancy sales pitch when your product is good. So the reason why I've made so many videos on this channel regarding like self-development and improving yourself is because, like, I genuinely want the product, which is you, to be better than the pitch, which is the words that you're saying. And in the beginning, I think the biggest thing is that you got to remember is that your pitch, like your pitch and your game, the way you dial in the game that you're speaking, it's more important when you don't have a good product to show for itself, but a good product will always sell itself if it's positioned the right way. And the thing is when you're dating, if you are high value, you are the product, and you have to remember that. So a few things to keep in mind. You know, I'm making this video today just to help you guys. And honestly, I'm prefacing what I'm doing with the new direction that I'm taking this channel. So I'm taking this channel solely for development and actually showing you guys how to be high value in entrepreneurial endeavors. Within the next 30 to 60 days, I'm going to have something for you guys that is going to be one of the coolest things I've ever built, completely out of just the grace of my heart, that I want to show you guys to truly help you become financially free and help you do some of the things that I've done and some of the ways that I've been able to incorporate these frameworks mentally into my life. So I hope you guys did like this video. As you guys know, in all the videos, I have tons of coaching links and stuff that you can check out below. Check them out below. I think you'll like them. And yeah, have a great day.